Ryan leads a region that did 1,294 loans, 450 million. The goal this year is 550 million. His favorite book is From the Utmost Highest. His favorite quote is, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." Favorite features in Mortgage Coach are the TCA video. And of course, he loves the Mortgage Coach community. So Ryan, how do you want to play this? Do you want to do like Tony did and provide sales leadership? Do you want me to sick Josh Metal on you and have him role play with you? How would you like
I want to speak to it from a leadership level, but also let me sneak in and answer this as an originator first, because this is I'll introduce the concept. We can't talk about it, but you guys can make it your own. This is a truth. Inventory is at a 20-year low right now. We know that. Nar just shared that stat. So if somebody's working with jankybank.com because they got 2% interest rate, there's a real life scenario that can occur and is occurring right now, that their offer will never be accepted because jankybank.com doesn't have the best reputation. So rate then becomes absolute. It doesn't even matter, because if your offer is never being accepted, you can't even get in the game. And maybe 6 months later, because it's a 20-year loan, it's a very competitive market, then your 2% interest rate is maybe 3 or 4 or 5. Then you can finally answer that question. So it's just a concept that's real. It's not, you're not trying to even reframe the conversation. Just let your clients know inventory's at a 20-year low. We have a very good reputation. I know the people on the call, and I know they're earning business because of the reputation. So make sure you talk about that. It's not always just about rate. But at a leadership level, here's some numbers: 450 and 8.35. What are those numbers? 450 million, as Dave said, 8.35 basis points in PEs. Now, I share that not to brag, but I am happy that our team's pretty small, but we're really efficient. And 450 million is great, but we haven't always been there, and our PEs weren't always that low. I think industry average is probably 25, maybe even up to 50 basis points for a branch or a market or a region. And so I share that to encourage people that you can leverage these strategies to get those basis points down. You don't have to accept the industry average of 25 or 50 basis points. Tony alluded to exactly why that matters to you. To me, it's both an individual and a team challenge. Now, how did we get to 450 million and 8.3 basis points? Because our volume wasn't always there, and our pricing exceptions weren't always that low. And one, obviously having great people on the team that understand the context behind this conversation, the deeper why behind it. And again, they understand it's an individual and a team challenge. Tony alluded to that. But I did one simple thing, and the best inventions are the most simplest ideas and inventions, like a fork, right? All I did is say, guys, I just want you to do this and commit this to me. Leverage your strategies. Now, we've heard 6 or 7 today that are elite, from elite loan officers. That's all I ask the team. Leverage your strategies. If you have 3, leverage 3. If you have 5, go through those 5. And over the years, we've improved not only our volume increased, because we were providing obviously way more value just by leveraging the strategies we heard today, but our pricing exceptions decreased. And why does that matter? Again, individually, I promise you, and I think everybody on the call would agree with you, it'll make you a better originator, not just better in terms of volume. Obviously, more value will increase your volume, but you're going to close more transactions and you're going to lose fewer deals, all while doing this with fewer pricing exceptions. But as a team, it matters. Your team can be your immediate team, your market, your region, your company. Holding margins with fewer PEs allows your company to thrive, to stay in business. Now, remember, we're not that far removed, maybe a year and a few months from the industry losing $200 per loan, guys. That's why it matters. We do this to stay in business, right? So holding margins, keeping PEs at a minimum allows your company to thrive. And as Tony said, allows your company to invest into better people, loan officers, processors, underwriters, better marketing. More importantly, in my opinion, better technology like Mortgage Coach and HomeBot and others. You can only invest into that if your people are holding margin and keeping those PEs low. So like I said, individually, yes, it'll make you a better originator overall, not just more closed loans. As a team, it matters greatly. It allows you to stay in business. It allows you to thrive and take that money that would have been wasted. $180,000, Tony, that's pretty typical, but that's a month, guys. Imagine what you could do investing that into better technology, better people, maybe even more leads. So one last challenge before I leave you. Many of us set goals with units. We talked about them today, and volume. I'm not so sure many of us set goals in the context of the conversation that I just had, which is pricing exceptions. So I wonder, that old saying, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. I'm just going to challenge you to start measuring that metric and start improving it, because volume is important, units are important, helping families are important, but how many of us are actually tracking this at an individual, at a team, at a regional level and sharing those stats out? We have been, and we've been able to increase our volume and get our basis points down to 8.35 because we measured it and we worked to improve it. So I share that hopefully to encourage you to leverage everything you heard today. I'm so thankful for all the strategies. I took tons of notes and already learned a ton.
So guys, and I also think that metric is a measurement of the perceived value that you bring. Because if you are not getting grinded and your conversion is high, that means you're delivering an amazing sales experience that has tremendous perceived value.